Hello everyone, I'm Deborah and today I'm going to be giving you some top tips on how to learn a foreign language using series, films, documentaries, whatever you're interested in. And that will be the secret of your success. First of all, you need to find something that you're interested in. This will keep your brain engaged for a longer period of time, and it will encourage you to come back every day, every week to continue your lesson. So this is a method that I've tried and tested myself to learn French and on many of my students as an English teacher in France. So this method, I've used it for the French language and the English language, but you can adapt it to any language that you want to learn. First of all, you need to find something that you're interested in, and you need to find your YouTuber, your series that you're going to follow. Now, I always advise my students to use something that's a favorite of yours that you've already seen many times, because you already know the plot, you already know what's going on. So again, this is less work for your brain to try and concentrate on understanding the plot. Your brain can concentrate on the language. Now, if you don't already have a series, etc., that you enjoy watching, that's the original language is the language that you want to learn, well, just go and find something. But again, stick with a subject that you genuinely find interesting, that you're going to be able to come back to and watch and listen to again and again to follow the series all the way through. So obviously, if you're learning English, well, the world is your oyster. There's so much choice in the English language of film series, videos, etc. But with all of the streaming services that we have now and platforms such as YouTube, I think you can pretty much find any language in the world. And if you don't already have a series or a YouTuber that you love to watch in the language that you want to learn, well, go ahead and find something. And my advice would be, watch it in your own language first. If you haven't already seen the video that you're going to use for your lesson, well, watch it in your own language first. That way, again, you know the plot of the story and your brain can concentrate on learning the language rather than trying to understand the plot. But of course, when you do start watching in the original language, in order to learn the language, don't put on subtitles in your language, because if you give your brain two tasks to do, listening to a foreign language or reading your own language, your brain will naturally concentrate on the easiest task and you will basically just be reading in your own language. So it's a waste of time. But of course, you can put on subtitles in the new language that you're learning, and there are actually advantages of doing this. You will probably understand a little bit more, because it's always easier to understand a new language when you can read rather than just when you're listening. You'll be doing both, so it will help you understand more words. It will help you to learn more vocabulary, because there's going to be more words that you can distinguish, and it can also help with your spelling skills. So go ahead and put on the subtitles in the new language, but don't be tempted to put on subtitles in your own language. It's a waste of time. And with this method, you will see that slowly but surely, your ear will start to adapt to the new language. You will start to learn and recognize more and more vocabulary, and slowly but surely you will start to understand the grammatical structure of a sentence. It's a much more natural way to learn a language than classroom learning, and this is much more like the way that you learnt your own language, your mother tongue. So when you're learning in a more natural way, the way that you learnt your own mother tongue, you tend to understand what's being said with the visual, and you start to associate words with images or with actions. But if you feel that there are still some words that you're struggling to understand, well, look them up on an online dictionary or Google it. That's the advantage of having on the subtitles. You have the written word, and this will help you improve your vocabulary skills. Now, my advice would also be to use an online dictionary rather than Google, because with an online dictionary, you actually get examples of the word in use. My favorite dictionary is the free dictionary. Why pay when you can get it for free, right? The free dictionary by Farlex. Now, they are not sponsoring this video. It's just what I prefer. And I like this dictionary because you can hear the word with an American accent, with an English accent, and you can also see various examples in real use, because one word doesn't always have one meaning. And you can also translate it into your language. So by picking out the words that you haven't been able to understand visually and looking them up in an online dictionary, you're going to increase your vocabulary. And if you feel that you need a little boost with your grammar, then buy yourself a grammar book with lessons, exercises, and of course the answers to the exercises. But don't cheat. You're only cheating yourself. And if you buy yourself a grammar book, make sure you buy something that's adapted to your level. And don't be afraid as an adult of using books and also films in series that are originally meant for children. Keep it simple. And you know, anything that's a cartoon, an animated film, has been made to be understood visually. So anytime you can give your brain a break from trying to concentrate too hard on the plot, your brain will automatically concentrate more on the language. So keep it simple. And don't forget that we are all born with the ability to speak any language in the world. And you still have this ability. Now, maybe you don't have the same brain capacity as a baby for learning, because a baby's brain is made for learning, but your brain is like a muscle. So stimulate your brain with some mental exercise, learning a new language, and anything is possible. So good luck, stick with it, and don't forget that Rome wasn't built in a day. It takes time to learn a language. So let me know in the comments what you think about my tips and advice so far. Go off and give it a go, and then come back and tell me how it worked out for you. Good luck.